Hello, hello, Tammy Cinematic Skeins. Alright, so funny bone. You know how like you hit that one spot in your elbow? Basically it's a nerve cluster and your elbow feels all funky. What's it called when you hit the one in your knee? Oh, that is not a pleasant sensation. Ow. It's like it hurts, but it feels weird. Ouch. I need to pick up all the crap off the floor, and then when I sit down Indian style, is that wrong? Can you say that still? Anyway, when I sit down cross-legged ways, I won't bump into things that I have on the floor. Anyway, hi. If you're new here, welcome. Canine Chaos. I'm a chaotic person. I go off on tangents, forget what I'm talking about. See, it just happens. What's my name? Tammy. Tammy Cinematic Skeins. I knit, dye, crochet, spin, which is my current obsession. And yeah, hi. It's Sunday. I literally just filmed a podcast on Halloween, but we're here again because I have stuff. And there was the Tosh road trip. Basically, it was like a mini yarn crawl. I told you guys about it last episode, but if you're new here, you don't know that. But it's like a mini yarn crawl within the Dallas-Fort Worth area. There are 4 local yarn shops participating. It was Knit Dallas, Juju Knits, West 7th Wool, and Yarn and You. And I did it. My head hurt yesterday and I did it anyway. Guess what? My head doesn't hurt right now. Granted, I haven't been doing anything. Well, I was spinning this morning. I put in a little video of myself spinning at the beginning of this. So there you go. That was me spinning. I did some spinning this morning. I wove in some ends. I haven't finished my self-stripey socks yet because I've been working on other things that I kind of regret doing now, but we're going to talk about it. So yeah, I have a couple of acquisitions. I got some happy mail that I was saving for the podcast, like this video, but I opened it because I was really sick. I'm guessing it was migraine sick because it was literally gone the next day. But I was really sick one day and I just needed to pick me up because I felt awful and I had to work because I don't have a backup person. So there are some things that I absolutely have to do. Like even when I'm on vacation, I log in to my day job every single day that I'm on vacation because there's things I have to do and I don't have a backup person. Not my fault. I shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't have to. My boss agrees I shouldn't have to, but here's the thing. If I don't, then the stuff's not going to get done and then I'll be playing catch up when I come back and I don't want to do that. So yeah. Anyway. Let's see. Should we go into the knitting first? And then I'll do the road trip acquisitions and I'll show you guys the goodies. And I remembered to bring my box from Aquila, who offered to redo my sock tubes. No, ma'am. They're fine. I've just got to undo the cuffs and redo them with ribbing so it squeezes my tiny little ankles a little bit better. Giant feet, small ankles. So anyway, I've just got to redo the cuffs and they're fine. They're perfectly fine. I did have the thought, well, let me use them as sleeves, but my arms are too chubby. So I mean, I don't plan on actually doing anything with them for a while. I just wanted I wanted the cones out of the way, which is why I got them all cranked. But I mean, if I lose enough weight, eventually I might be able to use them as sleeves. We'll see what happens. They're long enough. They're so long. Oh my God, they're so long. Anyway, and I remembered to bring that book in here because I finally started it because if you're new here, you don't know. I was listening to Necronomicon, which is basically a compilation of H.P. Lovecraft short stories. And I mentioned on that video that I was talking about that I was, doing the audiobook of that he's extremely racist and it was bothering me. I haven't finished Necronomicon yet because it's still bothering me. Like every time he mentions a person of color, like he calls Asian people yellow and they're bestial, and he talks about their slanted eyes. And I told y'all I wanted to punch him in the face with a brick multiple times. I still do. And I'm finding the more I listen to him, every time he describes a person of color, I want to turn it off. So I don't know if I'm going to finish it. Honestly, at this point right now, I don't think I'm going to, because I cannot stand listening to this man talk about people of color. And I know he's dead. And like I said last time, the writing otherwise is good. Like his descriptive word usage is very good. And I enjoy the story until he starts talking about a non-white person. And then I just can't. Which sucks because, you know, he's one of the big influencers of horror. And I can't, y'all. I don't like him. I don't like him. And if you take all the racist crap out of his books, then yeah, they're enjoyable and I would love to read more. But right now, no. Speaking of which, another of his influences, that HBO show, what's it called? What was it called? Arkham. Y'all know what I'm talking about, with the entirely African-American cast. And who was in it? Dude was in it from True Blood. Skarsgård. Alexander Skarsgård was in it too. What was that show? Arkham. Y'all know what I'm talking about. My brain is not working. I'll put it down here. That show, fantastic. Everybody was upset that it didn't get renewed, but there was only one book, my friends. Here's the thing. There's a second book now. I'm going to read that. Because while it was Lovecraft influenced, it's got people of color in it. And the funny thing about it is, it's written by a Caucasian dude, which I was not expecting, but it's good. Why am I talking about this? Anyway, I brought that book in here that I wanted to show you guys that I was reading, and it brought up the Lovecraft thing, and that's why I went with that. Lovecraft Country. I think that's what it's called. And you know, I honestly think the dude wrote it that way because Lovecraft is so racist. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to finish the compilation of his work because I cannot stand when he talks about people of color, because it makes me angry, and I don't want to read stuff that makes me angry, because the whole point of me reading was to find something else enjoyable, because I used to read a lot, and I'm trying to get back to that, because I find now that I've become a fiber person, that's all I do anymore. Like, I don't go to the movies like I used to. Granted, there hasn't really been much out I wanted to see, but you know, and like, movies are my dying inspiration, so. But I told you guys, I think I mentioned it, I don't know, I was going to change that up. Like, I'm still going to die for movies, but I'm going to die for what I want to die for too, to kind of free myself up to do what I want. Where was I going with that? I don't know. I did do some dyeing. I showed you guys a screenshot of the yarn in the pan that I dyed. This is what it looks like. This is not giving it the glory. Okay, I also showed you guys the Raven Crow bag that I'm planning to sew. I still haven't decided which pleather I'm going to use, but this was the bag, right? And I love this so much that I dyed yarn to match it, and that's what the yarn was in the pan. Well, check this out. Check this out. I'd say it matches. Look at that. Look, it's perfect. It's perfect. I didn't dye a lot of it because I was just dying to see if I could. But looks like that. This is the yak base. I dyed it on a couple of bases, and you know how it looks kind of weird splotchy right there? It's supposed to, because I wanted to add gray in. Plus this is watercolory looking, see? So I wanted my yarn to look watercolory too. Anyway, so that's what I did. I dyed it on merino silk, merino yak silk, and then I dyed 2 skeins of my regular base, as I hit myself in the face. My regular 75-25 base. I can never remember if it's Grindhouse or Cult Classic. I should know, it's my yarn, right? But yeah, I dyed it on the 75-25 that I'm no longer using because I had some left over in my stash. Because I told you guys I switched my 75-25 to a more a higher micron merino, so it's more rustic kinda for socks. For those of you that bought the Warlock sock set, that's the new base. I think I'm gonna call it red carpet because it's specifically for socks. I don't know. Anyway, I dyed that. That's all I've dyed. I have my dye, like my dye pans are ready to go, and I have dye, like I cleaned it off, everything's dusted off and whatnot because it got a little dusty over there because I haven't been dyeing. And I'm ready to dye again, but here's where I'm at. I don't feel like dyeing quantities. I kind of want to play around so it's fun for me. So I'm thinking if I do a trunk show for the yarn crawl, or just a random trunk show, it's just going to be a bunch of one-of-a-kinds because that's what I feel like doing. Or like 2 or 3, well, I'll probably dye 2 or 3 at a time. Well, it's going to be one-of-a-kinds because if I end up liking it, I'm going to want one for myself. And then I'm thinking about doing a bunch of mini skein sets. I know everybody's, the advents and all that are starting up and everybody's going to have more than enough mini skeins, but that's kind of what I feel like doing right now. And I'm going to dye what I feel like doing. Because what I want to do, the reason I say mini skein sets is because I kind of want to dye collections, but I don't have a lot of yarn in my stash right now and budgets, even though I went yarn shopping. But that aside, the cinematic skein budget isn't what it used to be. So I gotta be a little careful with my dyeing right now, but I still want to dye collections. So if I dye mini skein collections, I can still dye multiple colorways, but they're just in a little pack. And I might only do like a handful. So like Stephen King movies in a collection, Tim Burton movies in a collection. I want to do like director mini skein sets, maybe. I also want to practice. I keep saying I'm going to try to do it. I'm really going to try to write down what I do so I have some repeatable colorways. I think I mentioned to you guys that I wanted to have just a couple of repeatable colorways, kind of like Sister to the Fates. I dye all the time, but that's just because I like black yarn. So yeah, I want to have a couple colorways, like base colorways that I dye all the time. So like a black, a gray, a green, just base colorways that you can use for backgrounds and color work. So I want to do that. I am rambling. The make along I want to do. I am going to show you guys stuff. I just want to get all the chit chat out of the way because I'm hungry and I'm going to go get pizza. So I just want to get this done so I can hop in the car and go grab a pizza, even though I'm on a diet. Yarn diet, food diet, whatever. I want a freaking pizza. So the make along I wanted to do. Well, turns out that Young Folk Knits, I think it is having a pressed flowers make along. So if you want to do the pressed flower socks, there's a make along you can participate in already. There you go. I'm sure there's a make along for the Alpine Bloom Hat. I don't know. I'm not sure. Because what I was going to do, because it was also, I think it was Soxy Nana Alice suggested that I just do a COLORWORK make along. I thought about doing that too, but then I was like, well, since both of the things I want to make have flowers in them, let's do a floral COLORWORK make along. But I think the Young Folk Knits, I think hers is called Flower something. But I think hers is just for pressed flowers, I think. But I mean, I still want to do a make along. I want you guys to participate and stay. Like, it gives me an excuse to finish something. Because if I got you guys doing it, then I'm going to finish it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I still want to make both of those things. So let's go ahead and do it. We're going to do a COLORWORK make along botanical. So we're going to do a botanical COLORWORK make along. So you can do COLORWORK something color work. It could be mosaic, it could be stranded, it could be intarsia, any kind of color work. Bonus entry if you do the two things that I want to do. So I want to make the pressed flowers. I want to make the, I just said it, Alpine Bloom Hat. So I'm gonna start with the hat, I think. But yeah, so if you want to participate in a make along with me, it has to be botanical, so plant based. Your color work has to be plant based. Like I said, I'm like, your yarn must be plant based. No, your color work has to be plant based, but it has to be color work of some sort. Deadline for it will be the new year, because you have time, because I know everybody's got the holidays and the whatnots and whatever. If you guys think you want to extend that, like, so it's like a 3-month thing, we can extend it. So then it would be February 1st. I don't know. Y'all let me know. Let me know. I don't care either way. But here's the thing. I'm easily distracted. So, I did look at a bunch of projects for each of the ones that I want to do. And I found that most people finish the hat within a week. And most people finish the socks within a month. Which I was confused by, because, I mean, I guess, is the hat less knitting? I don't know. Anyway. So, like, 1 month would be feasible, I would think. But, you know, 2 or 3, we could do that too. So yeah, anything included in the make-along would have to have been started within the month of November. That's all I'm asking. Even if you don't finish, I'll count it. The prize, I don't know if any dudes follow me, or if you're a dude that likes pink and teal. The prize will be pink and teal and floral based. Well, it's a bed hog bag. The prize will be a bed hog bag, and it's over there. Should I get it? I should get it. Let me go get it. I'll be right back. Okay. I bought this bag specifically to give away on the podcast. I just needed something to give it away for. So I figure if we do a botanical floral kind of thing, then the prize should be a botanical floral kind of thing. So this, and I've never used it, it's just been sitting here waiting for you guys, is bed hog bag, flat bottom. And I've showed you guys these bags before. Do I have one of mine out here? No. Anyway, I thought I had one in here. Open. Hold on. Oh. You didn't hear that. Okay, I guess it's not in here then. Oh. Oops. Anyway, this is cherry blossom print. Okay, so it's chrysanthemums on the outside. Focus. Chrysanthemums on the outside, cherry blossoms on the inside, and I'll just have to do this one. The cool thing with the bed hog bags are all of the little thingies. And I do have a pattern to make these bags, and I said I was going to make them, and I haven't done it yet. Whatever. Y'all, if you've been here, you know me. I'm easily distracted. I lose track of what I was doing like 2 minutes ago. So I'll do it eventually. I have to be in the mood. There's pockets all the way around. So there's large pockets on one side, and then tiny pockets, you can probably see the stitching, on the other side for like hooks and needles and whatnots. So that's cool. It's got a yarn feedy thing. I never use this. I've talked about that. I never use it because once you use it, you're kind of stuck in it. I don't want to do that. Thing for stitch markers on the other side, or keys, whatever you want to do. I don't think Bed Hog sells these or makes these bags anymore because they now have where you can buy the pattern and make them yourself. I haven't looked, honestly, since I bought the pattern, I really haven't followed her Etsy to see. But this one was made by Bed Hog. And also, because of the way the zipper is at the top, you can, like, manhandling the bag I'm giving away, I'm sorry. fold it down into a bucket. I find that I use my bed hog bag for sweaters. Whenever I knit a sweater, this is the bag I go for. Or did go for until I bought the Godzilla bag. So this will be the prize. And maybe some yarn. We'll see what happens. Speaking of the Godzilla bag. Stephen Westshall. All right. So last time I told you guys I was bored with it. Okay, that's fine. I've seen Clue 4 now because people have posted pictures. I kind of wish I left it alone, but I didn't. So I'm only halfway through Clue 3. I finished one half and now I've got to pick up the stitches for the other half. But like I said, I'm having some regrets about the changes that I made. Because now I'm like, maybe I should just do it the way it was written. I put color work and it slowed me down. Because again, kind of like, you know, when I did Clue 1 and then it transitioned to garter and I forgot that garter was purling. Well, I forgot that I don't like color work flat. I hate color work flat because of the purling, because it screws with my tension. So this took me a little bit because normally I do color work in the round very quickly. I like two-stranded color work in the round because I can do it quickly. I can't purl color work quickly. I just can't because of the way that I purl, the way that I hold my yarn when I purl. I'm a slow purler. Anyway, rambling. I put color work in it. Why? Okay, so I finished this. I went one direction and then back. So it radiated out, right? And then I put some color work in and then I got bored here. I was like, let me switch up the colors so then I did this section. And then I went back to the radiating whatchamacallits. So, I mean, it's too much, right? It's too busy now. It's too busy now, right? Anyway, this is supposed to be like, I found this in one of my color work books and then I modified it to fit the decreases. But it goes from that light green and gray to brown and green. I thought it looked cool. But I feel like it's too much. It's too much, right? It's too busy now. Should I take it out and just go back to doing this like the rest of the way? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's too busy now. But I was bored. I wanted to add some character to it. I don't know. I should just finish the damn thing and be done with it, right? Right? I don't know. That's that. Meh. Okay. Anyway. Rambling. The rambling will not stop. I bought Delicu bags. It's on there. Jimmy Bean's wool snap bags. I like using these for color work. But these supposedly stand up by themselves. No, but it has a zipper. That's why I got it. Because it's got a zipper and snaps. So that's why I got it. I don't know if the big one does. I really only see myself using this one. Oh yeah, the big one does too. Cool. You know what's missing on these? Straps. They just need to put straps on them and then they're perfect. But yeah, it's the Delicu stand-up bag and I wanted it in green for some reason. And did I just break the zipper? I just broke the zipper. Or I didn't break the zipper. The zipper was broken. The zipper's broken. I didn't break it. It broke itself. Okay, whatever. Anyway, I bought these. There you go. All right. All right. Anyway. I'm rambling today. I'm sorry. I told y'all I'm hungry. My brain is on food and not on this. I probably should have waited. It's fine. let's move on. We're going to finish up with what I got for the Mad Tosh road trip. Okay. Aquila being awesome. I had 6 cones of watercolor sock by Landenord. And if you watched her cranking videos for October, Socktober, she used some of my tubes are what she was cranking. So let me show you guys the colors. Is this 101, 102? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I don't care what the name is, but this is colorway 102. See how long they are? Look, look. I could use them as sleeves if I got skinny, right? Look, right there. It's perfect length for sleeves for me. Wouldn't that be awesome in a sweater? Anyway. If I lose enough weight and my arms get back to normal, I could do that. So that's 102. Let's see. This one's 103. I might have 101 in there somewhere. This is 103. This stuff slowing me down. Just gonna take them out. All right. This is 106. 106. 101. 101. 105. This was actually the first one of these that I bought. 105. And this is 100. 100. Aren't they fun? Here's the thing with these. I knew I would get bored if I knit the socks by hand. So I sent them off. I knew that I would have somebody crank these eventually. So I went ahead and did. So that was that. And she surprised me with stuff. I didn't know Shirsty. I've been in the Shirsty Cat booth twice. Didn't know they had fiber. She sent me some fiber from Shirsty Cat. This is Polworth. Gray. But so it's a hard, like, black isn't a color. It's all colors. So for me, it's a toss up between gray and blue as to which one's my favorite color. But this is delightful. Let's look at that. And did I say it was Polworth? I did. And then this is Crater Lake. It's 70% alpaca, 30% silk by Abstract Fiber from Portland. Yeah, from Portland. Abstract Fiber. Look at this. It's super soft. Focus, focus, focus. There we go. So soft. I'm scared. Here's the thing. If you guys recall, I did that 50-50 camel silk and it was a struggle. It was a struggle. It's too soft. But with that said, alpaca is a longer fiber than camel, I believe. I think. I feel like it'll be okay. I think it'll be, let me see. Oh yeah, I should be able to spin this no problem. I don't think this is gonna be as terrible for me as the camel silk was. Speaking of which, my Stash to Yours Instagram thing this month is a camel silk blend. That's why I chose that fiber as the D-stash for the month of November. The D-stash gift is because it's that camel silk blend and I just can't. I can't. But yeah, I think, should I spin this next? I don't know what I'm gonna spin next. I just finished spinning. Actually, no, I have a spinning class, so I'm not going to spin anything right now because I'm going to have to practice. But yeah, Aquila sent me fiber. Thank you. I still want to send you some fiber. I have that green, and I'm sure I have more. Yes. All the fiber. Let's just all trade fiber, because it's fun. But yeah, so I got that from Aquila. Wasn't that nice? Wasn't that nice? Lovely. And then speaking of spinning, I finished this morning. This was a loop bump, a bullseye bump, which I'm thinking they only have at festivals because I've never seen it on their website. I've only seen their yarn. Here's my thing. I'm never going to buy another one. Here's my thing. When I first started spinning, everybody was like, oh, loop bumps are the best. They're great. Because they come in a bag. I'd show you, but I've taken it apart. They come in a bag with the fiber already ready to spin. You just pull it up and you spin it from the bag. It's fine. Here's my thing. The little bit that you pull up. What if I wanted thicker yarn? That's one. Two, they're usually gradients of some sort. The other one I bought is called Cave, and it gradiated from a taupey color to a deep gray. It's beautiful, right? But it only went from taupe to deep gray. It didn't go back the other way. So once you spin it all, the only way to keep the gradient would be to do a chain ply, which I've told you guys, I don't like chain ply. I cannot get into the rhythm of it. And because the section that they give you to pull from is so thin, it's not like you can split it so you can do like, multiple bobbins of it, because it's such a thin strip that they give you to work from. So I will not be buying any more of those, because for the way that I spin, it's not going to work for me. I mean, if I was just going to do a single ply, maybe, then it's fine, or if I chain plied, but no. So my other loop bump, I took it apart because I want to, if I'm going to have a gradient, I want to have a gradient. But what I've decided to do is actually split this up into multiple. I did this because it was just too thin. So yeah, I've split them up into individual braids, and I think I'm going to do a 3-ply with the colors. So yeah, I unwound the entire loop bag and split them up into braids. But yeah, here we go. This was a good example. I'm glad I didn't do anything with this one yet. This is how it comes out of the bag. Just that much. Just that much. And see, if I was to just spin this, what if I wanted to do a thick yarn? And yeah, I could just spin it as is, but even that is only that thick. You know what I mean? Focus. Focus. There we go. So yeah, I was very unhappy. And then because this is like a super low micron merino, it's super soft and kept coming apart as I was pulling from the bag. So just the tension, pulling it out of the bag to spin, it would just constantly just like, and it got annoying. So yeah, then I came in here and took this one apart. I wasn't even finished spinning this yet. And I came in here and took this one apart, and I was like, I'm not spinning it out of the bag again. So yeah, I guess this should probably be the next thing I spin since I've already got it prepped, but whatever. Lovely. Okay. And then with this, I still haven't decided that I'm definitely going to do a 3-ply, even though I have it split up to do a 3-ply. I'm undecided because I also like to do fractals. So we'll see what happens. Whatever. This is no longer a regular loop bump because I was unhappy with spinning that. Long story short, not short. Also, I never did show you guys this yarn, mostly because I was unhappy with it, but my fault, not the yarn's fault. or the fiber's fault. Did I say this was called Nocturne? It is. There we go. This was the Baby Doll Southdown from Apothefaery. I did do a 4-ply. I don't like it. I overspun it because I was afraid of not putting enough twist in. So I put in too much twist. And the reason I don't like it is I don't... If I was going to do a 4-ply, I should have only had like 2 colors. Like, I don't like this. I do like it as a 2-ply. I had leftovers. So this is my 4-ply. Right? Focus. And this is the 2-ply. It looks better as a 2-ply. My own fault. It's fine. Whatever. Am I still going to make the socks? I guess. But the thing, I don't know if I have enough yardage. Maybe some shorties? I don't know. I didn't use my yarn county thing when I wound this up. But it's very overspun. Very overspun. It's I'm unhappy with this. And it's not, I overdid this one. I overworked it. Whatever. It's my first time doing it. It's fine. Just stick with 3-plies for now. I tried. That was the point, right? That's the point. 2-ply. She stuck with 2-ply. Okay. Okay. Told you guys last time that I got a Fiber Witch box. It actually arrived on sew-in, but I didn't walk to my mailbox because I wasn't feeling great. So I will save the sew-in themed stuff for next year. I got some tea lights. These are 2 separate orders. All right, let me preface that. There's 2 separate orders. So the tea lights and the snake bag were a separate thing from the Fiber Witch box. This was a separate order, and this happened because I wanted the bag. And then I was like, well, since I'm ordering, let me see if there's anything else I want. And I got the candles. All right, so I bought this bag because I was born in 1977, year of the snake. So yes. My plan for this, which I've never done it before, so I don't know if it would ruin the design. I'm thinking it wouldn't. I think the design would still be there. Or maybe I'd have to like put something over it. Maybe how did we do batik? I remember doing batik in art class. There's something we paint over and before we dye it, like as a resist. I don't remember. Anyway, I want to tie-dye this. I have some... Do I have dye for natural fibers? Yeah, I have a couple. I have the primary colors for dyeing natural fibers. So I'm thinking I can use that to tie-dye, right? Right? It's cotton. Cotton. It dyes cotton yarn. So yeah, I want to tie-dye this. That's the plan. Okay. And then I got these sew-in candles. They're just candles with crystals. Crystals in them. And they are, is it Dragon Blood? Dragon Blood and Labdanum scented. I don't know what Labdanum is. But it's got tourmaline, carnelian, amethyst, wormwood, and mugwort. And then there's little charms in them that I can use as stitch markers once the wax goes away. They smell great. So I got those. Where'd that rubber band go? I'll find it. Okay, so that was a separate order. Now, this is the Fiber Witch box. And I got it because it was crow themed. So, first, isn't it pretty? This is cool because I saw this pin on Etsy and was going to order it myself. But, you know, now I have one. I didn't have to buy it. Well, I bought it, but you know what I mean. It came in the box. some Sew-In Ritual tea, which is burdock, roasted dandelions, juniper berries, shatavari, which I don't know what that is, licorice, oat straw, alfalfa, red clover, mugwort, cinnamon, cardamom, clove, elderflower, black pepper, orange, and star anise. Sounds warm and delicious. Okay, some incense, transformation and growth spell, ritual candle, and a little ritual spoon with a crow skull on it. Isn't that pretty? Can you see it? I just thought it was the most darling little spoon. Come to me. Oh, it smells good. Look at it. Isn't it pretty? That could be a necklace. Anyway, so there's that. Why does that smell so good? Is it the incense? Oh, it's the incense. It smells delicious. Okay. Some cone incense. Okay. Then there was a Crow Progress Keeper, Firefly Notes, some Cauldron Stitch Stoppers. There we go. Toil and Trouble is Anna's yarn. Anna is the owner of Circle of Stitches Yarn Shop in Salem. And this is Toil and Trouble. Fun story. I dyed yarn that looks kind of like this and I didn't like it and I gave it all away. I like it though. I like hers. I didn't like mine because it wasn't what I was going for. Not that I didn't like the color. It just wasn't what I was trying to achieve. So I gave it away. But I have full skeins. It's fine. I do like it. Just I'm sorry. I made it sound like I didn't like it, but I like it. It just, for my yarn, it wasn't what I was trying to do, so I didn't like it. Does that make sense? Anyway. And then this bag. And if you were on my Instagram and you saw my Instagram story where I was trying to get recommendations for embroidery books, this is why. And well, I have another bag that I bought at Flock. But the reason I want to learn embroidery is so I can embroider this magnificent bag with all the fun colors. Look at it. Look at it. Look. Focus. Focus. All right. Isn't it adorable? Don't you love it? So yeah. That was the Fiber Witch box for this year. I didn't think Anna was going to do one because I think prior years it was posted earlier. But yeah. And then because I didn't go to my mailbox to get it, like she did a pre-order because everybody loved this colorway so much. She did a pre-order where you could get some more and like part of the proceeds were donated to charity. But I hadn't seen mine yet, so I didn't know if I wanted more or not. So it's fine. I don't need any more yarn. This isn't even all the yarn, you guys. There's a whole, like, there's a fourth shelf, okay? These are full. Well, one of them's fiber, but 3 of these are full of yarn. Mostly, like, the cotton acrylic-y stuff is in here. I have yarn in my bins over here that are balls. And then I have all of my sweater quantities stored in the closet. Then I have all my mini skeins hanging up in the closet. Dude, I don't need more yarn. Let me show you the yarn I bought. I bought some yarn. Okay. Box is done. Box is done. Okay. Tosh road trip. Here we go. Here's what happened. My first stop was Yarn and You, and they had a trunk show. I didn't know about the trunk show when I went. I swear I didn't know. There was also some cookies that I really wanted. Really cool cookies. Like sugar cookies. But I didn't buy them because I'm supposed to be on a diet. But they were super cool. They were so pretty. Anyway. there's a trunk show. All right, so the Mad Tosh road trip, I told you guys there's 4 yarn stores participating, and what it is, you buy something Mad Tosh, you get a free pattern, and if you go to at least 3 of the 4 stores, you get an invite to an event in January at the Mad Tosh warehouse, which is basically, if it's anything like their pop-ups, it's just going to be an open thing and a bunch of one-of-a-kinds that you can buy, which I like. So, yeah. Anyway, I got this Euro sock one-of-a-kind in this very, very dark blue. If it looks really familiar, it's because I have that Malabrigo right there that's almost the exact same color. So close. Whatever. I needed a Mad Tosh thing, so I got this. Anyway, this is my Mad Tosh thing. And then a chick that knits the trunk show is ocean themed. I saw this is literally, she had them set up right at the front door. So when you first walk in, they're right there. I couldn't miss it. I could have just, if it hadn't been right by the front door, I would have just walked into the Mad Tosh wall, got the Mad Tosh thing, gone to the counter. But this was literally right in front of the front door. So, this is Sea Nymph. Isn't it pretty? I got it on DK. Isn't that pretty? I can just buy one, right? All right, so this is Admiral. Okay. Very nice blue that I know I don't have in my stash. Okay. And I can't resist a gray, my friends. This is charcoal. Aren't they pretty? Aren't they pretty? And you know what else happened? This is low tide. So these are DK, right? Okay. This one's sock because it's for socks. This is low tide, the Superior sock, 75/25. And then it goes to like a gray and a brown. Isn't that pretty? Don't they make pretty socks? Okay. Whatever. That happened. And the pattern, turns out, was already in my Ravelry queue. So now I have it and I would pay for it. This is Creature Comforts Cardi. And I've wanted to make this for a little bit, but I was holding off on making sweaters. But it's got leaves on it. Look at that. I want to make that. All right, so it's in my queue, but the only thing I didn't like about it were those holes. See them? The holes. I don't like the holes. So that's why I was like, it's in my queue, but I don't know if I'm ever going to make it because I don't like the holes in it. But Stacy at Yarn and You was like, me either, and told me a trick to not do those and still have the proper stitch count. So thanks, Stacy. So yeah, that pattern. Oh, you know what I could do? You know what I could do? I could do each leaf a different color. Wouldn't that be cool? Okay, so that was there. And then I went from there to Knit Dallas. You know what I buy at Knit Dallas? Pashmina. So I got some more Pashmina. If you remember, if you've been here, my Stephen West thing I was going to do in blue. And I was looking at my Pashmina, and there's a blue that I have in Pashmina that I was like, I really want to use this blue. I bought some more of the blue. Here's my thing. Here's reasoning. And I got 2. Here's why. I already know what I'm going to use it in. Unwind knitwear. Unwind knitwear? Unwind knitwear. There's a pattern that has been in my queue for forever. And that's what this is for. And I have all the colors now. So I'm going to have that blue. I'm going to do a silver panel in the middle. And then either another shade of blue or black in the middle. Set. All right. The pattern for Knit Dallas was the basic raglan. which, you know, it's just a basic raglan. Nice comfy sweater. That's all. That's fine. Always useful. Then I went to Juju's, and their pattern is, oh, who was that by? Hold on. Where'd I put it? Where'd it go? I just had it in my hand. Am I blind? Oh, it fell. Oh. Sorry, I was rushing. Hold on. I'm so hungry. Where did I just had it in my hand? Who is this by? Oh, this is a Hohi pattern. Hohi Locatelli. This is a Hohi pattern. Okay. And then Juju's pattern was the Pantego by Paula Pereira. It's hard to see in the picture, but it's kind of got like a little fan detailing at the top. In the picture, I don't know if you can see it. Like, it's hard to see. Anyway, you guys can look it up. That's the pattern for that. And Julie had embroidery kits, so I bought an embroidery kit. And the cool thing is, and she said the reason they bought this particular kit is because the ladies in it are knitting. So it's two ladies having tea and knitting, and there's a little cat. Isn't that cute? I wanted something a little more elaborate, but I guess as a beginner, I should start small, right? So a little embroidery kit. And some of y'all are like, didn't you have an embroidery bat? Yes, I did. It's mostly finished. And all of the stitches in that I already knew how to do from just regular hand sewing. The only thing I still need to do with that, I just need to do the border and stuff it. And I just don't know where I put it. So that's why it's not done. That's why I never showed you guys a finished object. I don't know where I put it. When I find it, I'll show it to you guys. Well, I'll finish the border and stuff it, and then I'll show it to you guys. I still know where I put it. It's somewhere. I know where the needle for it is. Anyway, the yarn I got at Juju's was this one called Grace Notes. And the reason I chose this yarn is because I have a one-of-a-kind Madeline Tosh in the exact same colorway, but darker. So this one-of-a-kind is this colorway, but darker gray. So I figure I can put them together. So yeah, winning. I can go right in here. So that's what I got, Juju's. And then I went to West 7th and everybody was there. And I forgot my pattern. Because I was just like, hey, people I know. And the pattern was the lounging top, which was also in my queue, by Hohi. Because I was going to use the wool cotton that I have to make it. But it's this pattern. And I'll probably use the wool cotton that I have to make it. But I bought El Greco. And this is sport weight. So here's my other option for the blooming hat thing. That's why I have this out. I'm just going to use these. That's why I have this one out. All right, so the hat options. This one or this one. I feel like this is more my vibe, but I do need to use this yarn for something, so. And because I was at West 7th, I always have to buy something from West 7th. So yeah, this is Good Bunny. Isn't that pretty? And it's chunky. It's chunky boy. Yeah, chunky boy base. I'm gonna make a hat with this. And then I think I have some black chunky. Or I can dye some because I have chunky in my stash. Yes, I have this base in my stash. or my dye stash. So I might dye a solid to do as a border with it, but gonna make a hat. And that's what I got during the Mad Tosh road trip. I think that's it. That was enough, right? I've been talking for forever. Yes. Yeah, that's it. So, you guys, let's do this make-along deal. Yes? Yes. If you want to. If you want to. I will start a thread in Ravelry, and I will do an Instagram hashtag, I guess. I gotta figure out what it's gonna be called. I don't know. We should call it the Botany Bay, because I like Star Trek. Star Trek. Oh, I finally started watching Star Trek New Worlds. I love it. I love it. I've already seen all of the episodes, and I just started it last week. So I binge watched Star Trek. I watched the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. It's terrible. I don't know why I sat through that. I watched that. I haven't watched that Five Nights at Freddy's movie yet. I think Heather of On the Lamb Yarn Shop took some kids to see it in the theater. It's on TV. I haven't watched it. I might watch that today just to have something to watch. I'm sad that the invasion season is over. It's getting good. You guys, I watched so much. It all runs together. I watched the second Nun movie. What else? I was trying to watch Sisu now that it's finally available for free, but somebody wouldn't stop whining every time they saw the dog on the screen, and it was getting really annoying. So I turned it off. But I do want to finish watching that. Maybe I'll watch that today. Oh, the book. Here's what I'm currently reading. Unfortunately, I keep picking it up right before bed, and then I take something to help me sleep. So I, keep having to reread it because I get tired and forget what I read. This is House of Leaves. And I told you guys it wasn't a regular book. You guys gotta see the first page. The first page is the best part. First page. Okay. All right. So first starts off with type print, right? Like, come on, focus. Type print. Okay. Then it goes into like as if you're reading a paper with footnotes. Then it does stuff like this. This is written backwards. This is upside down. Then you have random symbols. Like, this is upside down. There's 3 words on this page. Y'all can't see because of the glare. It's so weird. This one's written like a script. This one, look at that. This is written like a script. This is written like a outline chapter, like from school. This one's written with strike through. A couple of words on a page. Little words in the middle of a page. Squares and lines. Like this, like look at that. Look. Diagonal in the corners. Like, this book is weird, y'all. It's weird. There's pictures in the back. There's some sections that are written like letters. There's sections that are written like poets, like poems. There's sections that are written like that. Like, look at that. Look at that. This book is crazy, y'all. Crazy. I'm looking forward to it. This section's written in Braille. I told you guys I would show it to you. This book is insane. It's so thick. Oh my God. My other thing about this book, like, I know that the whole thing with this book is it's better to read the actual book than like an ebook or an audiobook. But this is a pain in the ass to hold. Like, this book is heavy. But oh my god, it's so funny. Oh, it's so crazy. Like, and like, this isn't even like, there's like, the words are split up. Like, it's so weird, y'all. This is what I'm reading. I am literally on page 3. Well, I mean, in my defense, there's a whole section before like it starts. So I read all that. Because it was like background info. It's not a foreword. It's like background info to the story. Like, it's so weird the way this book is set up, you guys. But even though I've barely gotten into it, it got me. Like, the first page, I'm like, oh, okay, what's next? Like, you know, it wasn't one of those like, I have to get into this. Like, how far do I have to read before this grabs me? It was instantly like, okay, they're talking to me. What's going on? I don't know. Anyway, reading this, it's gonna take me forever because I have to not be doing anything. Because, like, you know, I started listening to audiobooks because I could knit while I do them. And I'm picky about audiobooks. Like, I prefer full cast readings. Or a person that can do accents properly and different voices so I can differentiate between who's talking. But yeah. So this is like downtime with a cup of tea reading. So it's gonna be a while. How many real pages are there? Does it say? 710. What are most novels? 300, 400, something like that? But still, some of these only have one word on a page. So, I mean, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Anyway, I'm going to go get a pizza. I will talk to you guys again soon. I'm sorry this was... I'm sorry this is a really rambly one, but I mean... It's me, y'all. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all next time. Have a good week. Bye.